For this one, I really could have broken out like that. Oh my god, I really could have broken out like the YouTuber thumbnail, like. They not ready for that. They not ready for that. All right, how you guys doing today? Today's story's coming from r/TrueOffMyChest. First things first, though, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Love to hear what you got to say about this one. This one kind of crazy. This one is coming from Opinion. Okay. And this story is coming from user slash expensive. And this story is coming from user slash expensive underscore onion 952. Not onion. Expensive underscore opinion 952. I read it and I was like, wait, that's onion, or that's opinion, not onion. And then I still said onion, man. Anyway, titled, My brother-in-law is the reason my husband left me. I don't know what to do now. Sorry, no. Businessman. I'm a businessman. I, female 38, met my brother-in-law, male 38, at uni. He asked me out in our first year and I refused. He called me the C word and then I'm shallow, and my best friend told me that it was a harmless comment from a drunken guy who just got rejected. Now, I never thought myself shallow. It was his demeanor and awkwardness that was off-putting to me. Anyway, he proved my friend right, and other than these comments, I've never felt uncomfortable during my uni years because he never bothered me again, not even looked my way. Next time I met him is when my baby sister, female 28, introduced him as her boyfriend, and I didn't even recognize him at first because it had been like 9 to 10 years since that day he talked to me. He was visibly annoyed that I didn't recognize me, and even called me a liar. The family was skeptical at first about him, but he seemed to treat my sister right and she seemed happy. He's very rich, taking her all over the world, and he's kind, which is good too. And they got married only after a year of dating, and now they have 3 children. I met my now ex, male 40, 5 years ago, and the only odd comment from my brother-in-law was that I was still as shallow and superficial as I was in uni. At the time, I took it as a joke, but in hindsight, when I found out the truth and started thinking back looking for red flags, this was probably a big one. He never showed any signs that he disliked my husband, and he was always decent enough and indifferent to have a close friendship with my husband, and I didn't seem odd because he was always a recluse. A year ago, my husband came home and accused me of cheating and had evidence. The guy contacted him, and he had nudes, etc. of me on his phone. The guy told my husband that he didn't know at first and that I was married, but as soon as he found out, he contacted my now ex. He even apologized to my husband, and I've never met this guy in my life. Nothing I said or did made my husband believe me. He left me, and now our divorce is pending. Then, yesterday, that guy contacted me, and he apologized for what he did and told me that he's friends with my brother-in-law. He sent me the conversations, endless conversations that my brother-in-law had about me for years. He's never forgotten that I, in his words, didn't even give him a chance and only judged him by his looks. And he called me a C in that chat. And both group chats with his friends, but mostly with this guy. They planned this attack, and my brother-in-law somehow got access to my photos. The reason this guy contacted me now is that he felt guilty because even when my marriage is over, my brother-in-law is still angry and hateful, especially when he heard that I was on a date last weekend. So the friend felt like he didn't help his friend and just ruined innocent people's lives. And now I'm not sure what to do. My brother-in-law has actually been happier and more sociable than usual since my divorce, and now I know why, although first I thought he felt sorry and wanted to support me. His jokes about me ending up like an old maid with cats as companions didn't sound like jokes anymore. He meant them. I also don't want to ruin my sister's life. She's pretty happy with her husband. I'm not sure either if I can with my sister's husband as well. I'm not sure if I should tell my ex or not. I'm very heartbroken that he didn't believe me, and I love him very much. He's the love of my life, but I'm not sure I can forgive him for not believing me. But he's a victim in this too, so maybe he needs to know for closure. I'm so terribly sad and hurt. And then somebody in the comments says, why wouldn't you tell your sister that her husband is bat crap crazy? And somebody else says, and seems weirdly obsessed with OP to the point that their marriage might be a weird revenge fantasy for him. Then somebody says to that, oh my gosh, that's entirely possible. I wonder how much OP and her sister look alike. And then somebody says to that, he definitely hates seeing OP in a relationship. He wants her to be single and lonely, because every guy she accepts obviously must have something he lacks since he got rejected. And that's a no-go in his books, so he's doing everything he can to make OP feel miserable. So the very least she should do is go absolutely no contact with him, because he won't stop until the endings with only cats as companions. And somebody else comments, he destroyed your marriage and you're questioning whether to blow up his life or not? Your husband needs to know what giant mistake he's made, and your sister deserves to know what kind of man she married. He's been obsessed with you for years and clearly not a great husband to her. Grow a spine and stand up for yourself. And then somebody comments to that, I get OP's hesitance, as I wouldn't feel a drop of shame for blowing up his life, but despite it not being my fault, I would feel immense guilt over blowing up my sister's life. She needs to know, but it's understandable that she's conflicted. Alright, that's going to be the end of the story. Hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.